All across Cochise County, we understand the importance of healthcare in our different rural communities. And here in Benson, there is some big news that's going on at the Benson Hospital. And that's why we are checking in on this episode of Checking In with Jeff Davenport, brought to you by the Ed Morse Automotive Group. Sierra Vista and Cochise County and Benson are backed by Morse. We are running into my good friend Juan Ciscomani. Juan, it's great to see you, Mr. Congressman. Thank you so much. This is an exciting day for the rural community of Benson because of a grant, or where did this money come from, and what will it be supporting here at the Benson Hospital? Exactly.
So I'm happy to be back here in Cochise County. We are here celebrating the passage so far, the preliminary passage of $2 million during a community project funding through the Appropriations Committee. As you know, I sit on that committee, the only one in Arizona to sit on that committee. So when these grants and this money gets distributed, we get sort of first dibs at that by our seat on the committee itself. And we go through applications, over 70 of them, but we can only choose 20, right? So it's a hard process to pare it down because we got a lot of great options. But once we pick our 20, we champion those projects, move them all the way through. So I was in Huachuca City and also in Cochise County for a grant there for a ladder truck yesterday. So we're here today for the Benson Hospital. Just rural healthcare is so important. And the $2 million that we're looking at here to passing by the end of the year to be able to distribute it goes through this hospital that I know well. So the tour today was a little short because I've seen it before, meeting new people, but it's really going to go to improve the communication, the technology, the ability to supply the people with services, not only here patients, but also because of it being a trauma 4 center, having the freeway right close to us. Gary was mentioning 30 to 40,000 cars a day that pass by this area. That heightens the possibility of this place being the only place available for emergencies like that.
Between Tucson and New Mexico, basically, or at least Wilcox, you know, when you get up into that area. Gary, if you'd like, come on in here.
Gary, bring it in.
Gary Karcher, good to see you, sir. Thank you so much for seeing us on short notice. I know the congressman has to get out of here, but what does this mean? We're looking at lab and ER with this money being focused. Is that correct?
Absolutely. So just a little bit of context. The lab at Benson Hospital was basically literally a double wide trailer that was placed in the mid 1990s. As technology grows, as it gets more complex, the ability to have the right temperature, the right humidity, everything around this equipment becomes super critical. We've also just outgrown it. So these funds are absolutely so important for this local community so that we can continue to provide access close to home. Having a real lab that the floor isn't squishy, the walls aren't thin, and it's not right next to the helipad is so important.
Some of the workers there were saying you could feel the floor vibrate when the helicopter lands.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
that's how close they are to it. And then in the ER side of it, how will that be affected by this?
So one of the things he mentions, we are a level 4 trauma center. We live in an area with agriculture and farming, which are incredibly dangerous type of professions. We also have Interstate 10. We're within a mile of Interstate 10. On top of that, just taking care of people. You know, as they have health conditions, they need those emergency services, strokes, heart attacks, many of these things, time is critical. So having a strong emergency department here is so vital. Part of these funds will be used. Right now, we're in one of the rooms that we treat people. I'm so proud of our staff and what they do in this space, but we need to have a more dedicated area for our high acute trauma patients, and these funds will go towards that.
It's amazing. So again, before we wrap up, Congressman, looking at rural healthcare, that's obviously something you championed to the point where that's why Cochise County and the other counties that you represent in Pima County and Graham, Greenlee, up in that area as well. Healthcare is so important in these rural areas.
Absolutely. We've got, so in our district, 5 counties, right? Pima, and they have rural areas in Pima, but also Cochise, Graham, Greenlee, and Pinal, that the vast majority of those counties are rural. And healthcare is so important, especially when you have services like the ones that are provided here, that without this one, then you're looking at an hour and a half, 2 hour drive to the next one. That's very unique to Arizona. Other states don't fully understand that. And having a cookie cutter approach that sometimes Washington has had with rural communities, assuming that they're all the same. In other states, rural communities look differently. They're more spread out. With us, the majority of the population are in Pima County and Maricopa County. And then the other 90% of the state houses just about 10% of the population. So very unique, and that's why these centers are so important. And I want to echo something that Gary said. The team here is phenomenal. I just met a bunch of them that I hadn't met before, but also some that I had seen before when I toured this in the first place. They're dedicated. Met a gentleman that started working here in the maintenance department, and now he's over there leading on the lab that we just saw. All through education, all through the tuition reimbursement and the workforce that this place offers as well. So the benefits are really countless. You can't really wrap your arms around everything. And for him, I asked him, I said, "What's your favorite part about working here?" He says, "I get to help people." He grew up in this community, and now he gets to work here and help the people here. So it goes way beyond just the cents and dollars that we're talking about. It goes about the overall impact. And then TMC, obviously, working with
the connection here.
The connection here is huge. They've been great to work with as well. We have in constant contact with the CEO there. So it's a multi-layer approach here that we're very proud to be a part of. And these dollars will go directly to that. And one of the reasons that I selected this as one of the 20 projects is because I know the impact it has not only here, but again, the footprint that it has everywhere. And I trust their management skills to be able to put this money in the right place at the right time. And they're going to do exactly that once we get it approved at the end of this year.
And okay, the end of the year is when the approval is looking for.
So we passed it by committee, which is the hardest step of the process, out of the House committee. So now we need to get it out of the floor, basically out of the House, goes over to the Senate, goes through a similar process, and the president signs it into law. I'm expecting that that's going to happen probably by November, December timeframe, once we can get all the full budget through. And then we'll be able to distribute it after that.
It's amazing watching the healthcare services grow here in Cochise County, right here in Benson. If you guys live in the Benson area, you know how important Benson Hospital is, and getting these funds approved by the end of the year for the increase in services and patient care at Benson Hospital is going to be absolutely crucial. So thank you so much for letting us check in with you.
Thank you for covering this kind of stuff always, man. You always cover great, good news, good stuff happening. I love it.
Well,
there's so much negativity out there going on, and you focus on covering things that are improving for the community, doing well, and I appreciate you being here for sure.
Oh, it's our pleasure, Gary. Always great to see you. Thank you. And thank you for watching this episode of Checking In with Jeff Davenport, brought to you by the Ed Morse Automotive Group. Benson, Sierra Vista, all of Cochise County is backed by Morse. All of our healthcare, it's so important. You can learn more about this funding and the project through the links in the post description. Please be sure to check those. Share this video around. Let everybody in Benson know the amazing things happening right here at Benson Hospital. Have a great day, everyone. We'll check in with you again later on.